Race 7 is the Challenge Stakes. It's possibly the race of the day, I think, Clint.
It's a good race.
What have we got? A handful of Group 1 winners going around?
Yeah, there's, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Yeah, a couple of Group 1 place horses, etc., etc. All right, hay list is $2.50, Temple of Booms 21, Atomic Force 31, Decision Time 19, Tiger Tease 550, Golden Archer 16, Second Effort 61, How Much Do You Love Me 13, Mrs. Anassis 15, Fire Thunderbolt 31, Snitzerland 550, and Single Style is 81.
What do you think?
I reckon they'll go like the Clappers. I reckon they'll go like the Clappers.
Who leads?
I've got the likes of Mrs. Anassis, Snitzerland, How Much Do You Love Me probably leading. I don't know that Haylist can lead those horses. Tiger Tease is going to be right there. Decision Time's going to be right there. Golden Archer is going to be right there. There's plenty of them here that are going to be right there. Fire Thunderbolt, he won't be too far away. If they want to. Single Style are going to ride quietly. In the past, she's raced up on the speed. But they are going to go like the powers here. I've found this impossible. The one thing I won't be doing is backing Haylist. That I can tell you. I want to see him do it. I think 1,000 metres he's extremely vulnerable, regardless of how fit he is, against these sort of horses at Warwick Farm.
There you go.
Decision Time hasn't had a run for a long time either, but I thought his couple of trials have been all right. He's ticking over all right. You could entertain him at 19. I wouldn't leave him out of your quaddies. Tiger Tease, genuine, good sprinter. He'll be hard to beat. How Much Do You Love Me? He's a good horse. I know he had his dramas down in Melbourne, but he is a genuine, good sprinting horse. So don't discount him. He's got a hope. Mrs. Anassis, I do have massive queries over that Oakley plate form when lining her up against some of these horses. And Snitzerland's the other one you've got to respect. I found it impossible. $1 each way, Decision Time, and How Much Do You Love Me at big odds.
Okay. Look, Haylist is interesting. I will just say before, I was saying to you before, and I think two things are going to happen with him. I don't think he'll stay around $2.50. I think either they'll back him into odds on or the market will just decide that the horse can't win. So if you think he can win, I'd be tempted to take the $2.50. We might get out a little bit more, I suppose, before the money comes, but that's if it comes. I don't know if I agree with you about him not being in the firing line. I don't know if Glyn's going to want to get crossed. I saw him there at the track gallop last Saturday. He looked to be on one rein up the straight. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to go across and find the fence on him if possible. And the only horse he's got to come over and get across in front of is Tiger Tease. I've actually got him maybe holding the lead in front, and I could be wrong. I know Mrs. Onassis and How Much Do You Love Me and whatnot have got a ton of pace, so I could be wrong. And I thought Tiger Tease would drop in behind him. I'm normally a bit cautious about backing barrier 1, but I'm banking that Haylist will go okay. And I think this horse can peel off his back.
I didn't say he won't be on the speed. I said he won't lead.
Yeah, well, I think I think he'll cross and.
You think he'll lead? I don't. That's right.
I think they can lead anyway if they want to, but anyway. I've got Tiger Tease in behind him. Probably yet to prove himself hugely at weight for age, although he ran 4th in the Patnack behind Mental and Seaside. But the horse went
good form, that.
Yeah, pretty good form, that. The horse went like a bomb at Warwick Farm, first up, last preparation, beat Mrs. Onassis. But Mrs. Onassis sat off the pace that day, and that's against her racing pattern. So the 3-length margin between the two of them probably is a little bit deceptive. But I think he's your one. I think I'm a little bit worried about Snitzerland. Look, barrier 9, she goes like a bomb first up. I've just used that term twice, but I'm just a little bit worried about where she's going to be. Is she going to be outside the lead? Is she going to get trapped out in the limb?
I don't think it really matters, but that's 1,000 metres at Warwick Farm.
Probably not, but I don't know.
Not for these high-class animals. Like, they're not 2-year-olds needing the rail to follow.
I think the spot to be is going to be somewhere between about 2 and 4 lengths off the pace at about the 600. That's where I think the spot's going to be. I think that's where Tiger Tease can be. Anyway, I'm going to go with him. And I think Gerald's too.
I'll be surprised if anything 4 lengths off him, 400 from home, gets near him. Okay. Did you say at the 600 or after 600?
600, about the 600.
Oh, sorry.
2 to 4 lengths off him at about the 600. So after they've gone 400 metres and they settle in, and it's the one that can keep sort of trucking up in behind them without having to pull the brakes on as they get to the bend.
They won't have to be putting the brakes on them. So I don't think they'll be stopping in front here.
Yeah.
I reckon they'll keep going. Like as in, these are top class 1,000-metre horses. They're not going to be. It's not going to be stop start. It's going to be run, and it'll be the toughest survives.
You'd think, wouldn't you?
All right.
Race 8, the Sharp Aspiration Quality. 3-year-old fillies and upwards. Listed race. Not a bad field.
Want some prices?
Yeah.
Crafty Earner.
Love them.
$6.50. Fibrillation, $7.50. Nocturnal, $6. Colorado Clare, $5.50. Jade Marauder, $6. Thighs had support, 11 into $8.50. Shamadani, $6.50. What else we got? $12, Ominous Quality.
I went through this race a few times. I reckon there's a couple of horses here. I've got question marks over the mile. One of them is Jade Marauder. I don't think she's a miler. I've come up with Crafty Earner. I thought her run first up just looked pretty plain, but that's not her go. That was a sit and sprint race, and she was out the back. And she's a horse that just needs, at the very least, a moderate tempo on in her races. Don't think she's too badly placed on 59 kilos. I think she's drawn to get the right run, and I think she's a good each-way bet. I think there'll be enough pace on here for her.
Fibrillation improved significantly, fitness-wise, second up. Expect her to improve again.
Yep.
Colorado Clare. Now, I've spoken about this a couple of times, but there's an example of why I don't like backing horses off a first up run on a heavy track. First up run was great, and second up it was just terrible. This is a bit like the other mares race in the program. I've got no real firm opinion here. I don't like the race. Crafty Earner's a hope. She does go well second up. Fibrillation's a hope. I wouldn't say this isn't harder than a second up run, and she only goes up half a kilo. I couldn't tumble into Nocturnal the way it went out last week. I couldn't tumble into Colorado Clare the way it went. Jade Marauder, I get your query over at a mile. I just wish they put blinkers on her, but anyway, that's not my horse, so it's none of my business. Thigh, I don't know if that Tavernell form's good enough for this.
Yep.
Shamadani comes out of the Havana Ray form.
Yeah.
That probably is good enough. The query is from barrier 13 to where does she get to in the run. Then you get down around the rest of them, and there's nothing there that says to me,
Ominous Quality is probably a little bit of a query horse.
Nah, got beaten a fair way in the Millie Fox. I don't know. Don't like the race. $1 each way, Fibrillation.
All right, each way for me, Crafty Earner. Best bets? Go on, have a crack.
I can't really. It's not. Look, I'll be honest. I probably won't have a bet there on Saturday.
Right.
Looking forward to it. There's some great racing, but I'm not going to tip my best bet just for the sake of it. If I'm not going to put my own on it, I'm not going to tip one.
Good job, bro, and Miss Stella Bell for me are the two best bets of the day. I'll be having something on both of those two horses.
My staking suggestions are just keep it small, go wide, and hope that one of those hit, and you might buy yourself a schooner out of it.
Or two. Cool. Anything
That's
else?
it. No, nothing else. Nothing else at all.
All right, well, we'll be back next week for Coolmore Classic, shaping up as a hot race.
It's going to be a great day. Always is a hot race.
Yep.
Mate, those big mile, those big handicaps, it doesn't matter, it doesn't need to be a mile, big field handicaps, Group 1 level, they're always great races.
Yep.
Whether it be a Stradbroke, whether it be a Caulfield Cup, a Doncaster, an Epsom, Newmarket, they're always great races. Coolmore Classic, just great races. So, no, it'll be a good meeting. It's always is a good meeting next week. Canterbury Stakes is going to be a cracker, and a few others around. So,
you really tip there?
Looking forward to it. I'm a Piero fan, mate. Yeah, I'm a Piero fan.
All right.
I won't be getting off.
Won't be getting off?
No.
I'm going to leave that alone.
What?
Nothing. Thanks for joining us. Good luck on the punt this week. We'll see you next week.
See ya.